Om. The 34th verse of Vivek Chudamani, gem of wisdom, gem of knowledge of Shankaracharya. Here in the 34th verse he says, Tamaradhya gurum bhaktya prahva prashraya snevanaihi prasannam tam anuprapya prichet nyatavyam atmanah. Prior to this verse, Shankaracharya has told what are the qualities of a guru. Shrotriyah, Avrijnah, Akamahatah, Brahmavittamah, etc. That means that person should be well versed in the scriptures. Avrijnah should be a person who has not committed any sins, means one who has no consciousness of the body and the mind, and akamahatah, a person who is desireless, and brahmani uparatah, shantah, a person who is always established in the highest truth or brahman, and nirindhana iva analaha, like a fire which has no fuel. That means there is no desire to create new desires or to propel that person into actions. So such a person is the good teacher, best teacher, and who will be a hetuka daya sindhu, who will have compassion, who will be an ocean of compassion without any reason. Ahetuka, without any reason, without any cause. So without any cause and without any limit, that person will be a reservoir of compassion, a storehouse of compassion. That is the quality which Shankaracharya has given for a good teacher. Now, suppose you get a teacher. Now the question that comes in spiritual life is, where do we find a teacher? How do I know who is a good teacher? So if we want to purchase a product, I know how to do that. I go to many shops, or nowadays we go to online stores, compare, and then I purchase a product. I want to purchase TV, I compare. These are the facilities, this is the budget, and within this budget, these facilities, do I get the product? And there are so many varieties. Then we see different things like beauty, aesthetic thing, and also color, etc. And finally we purchase a product. But how do you select a teacher? That is the question. How do I know that a person is the correct teacher? How do I know? So there is no method, there is no website. There are you cannot go and ask people who is the good teacher, etc. And how will you come to know who is the good teacher? So this is the big question. Who is the correct guru? How to find out who is the correct guru? So then the answer is, as we know, there is an old proverb in English, when the student is ready, teacher arrives. So who is the correct teacher? You will get a teacher according to your position of mind, according to your position of growth, according to your stage in spiritual life. You will get a teacher. So if you want a teacher who will just tell you how to do certain ritualistic worship, you will get such a teacher. At different stages of your spiritual life, this spiritual journey, you will get different teachers. So first, your problem is not how to realize God, but your problem is how to make that kheer for Bhagavan. Some people have this problem. Oh, I have to give prasad, I have to give naivedya for Bhagavan, how to make this kheer. So that teacher you will get. Somebody will, if you really feel that I have to offer this kheer to Bhagavan, you will get somebody who will teach you how to do that. Then you have this problem that how to put the deep and how to what you call ring the bell, ghanti, and all these questions you have, you will get such a teacher. Another time you may have a problem that how to do this particular puja, you will get a teacher. So when you have this desire, this longing for any knowledge, particularly spiritual knowledge, you will get a teacher. But how to know that this teacher is correct? Sri Ramakrishna, in his own way, in his unique way, he has told this. We find it in the gospel. He says that a person who is not bothered about the externals, the core idea of what Sri Ramakrishna says is that the person is not bothered about the externals, but he is always established in God. That person is the real teacher. So he says that a person who has great malas on his neck, wears that wooden sandal, khadam, and goes about like that, he says, don't believe this monk. Because this person has got all kinds of external appearances. So that outside people will think that this person is a great teacher. So how do you know that this is a teacher? Again, Sri Ramakrishna says, you check like money changers check coins. How do they check? They will keep nowadays 500 rupees, 1000 rupees you give, anybody 100 rupees they will take. But 500 rupees you give, they will do like this, like this. Then they have this ultraviolet sensor, they will put in that and check. Because there are so many duplicate 500 rupee notes. So similarly, money changer used to check the coin, means earlier coins were used to be rubbed on a stone and checked, etc. So similarly check. And then he says, see me in daytime and also in the night time. Watch me properly. What? Whether this teacher is doing what that he is supposed to do or what he is teaching. He is telling me that you do this, whether he himself or herself, she is doing this. That you have to check. Now here comes the problem. You see, we are not serious about spiritual life. So we say, how can we check this, Maharaj? We don't have time, and then I will have to go and stay with the person. How will I check? So I just want some mantra, and I should know that this person is good, so I will take the mantra. Now dine dekhbi ratre dekhbi means you will see in the daytime and also in the night time. How is it possible? Why do you say that? Because you also want like that. You want some mantra, you will also meaninglessly repeat that mantra without understanding the meaning, without going deep into that. Spiritual life is not for 1 hour in the morning and 1 hour in the evening. It is a 24/7 continuous process. So if you are truly interested in that, you will go to that guru and sit with that guru. Gurukula Vasa, we say. Gurukula Vasa has got various meanings. Gurukula Vasa does not mean just going and staying with the guru. Gurukula Vasa means going into the mind of the guru, understanding what the guru wants, understanding how the guru wants me to live my life. You will do that, and then only you will have an idea of spiritual life. So if we do like that, then we will get a good teacher. So most of us, almost none of us has done this. None of us has done this. We have just got somebody by the grace of Sri Ramakrishna, by the grace of the Lord. We have got a guru and we have got initiation, but we have not checked the guru. And that is our first mistake. Why? We have not put our mind on the life of the guru. If you see the mind of the guru, if you do vichara, if you contemplate on the life of the guru, then you will be able to emulate that particular life in your life also. You will be able to live like that in your life also. But we don't think. So Leela Dhyana, we say. Leela Dhyana not only of your Ishta Devata, but also of your Guru. You have to see how this Guru has acquired this knowledge in this very life. How? So that you constantly think and try to know more and more about your Guru. So Gurus, they become famous after they get the knowledge. Sri Ramakrishna says, when the lotus is in full bloom, honeybees arrive. So at that time, people don't even think how this person achieved this. So you have to find out how did this person. So that knowledge or that information is difficult to obtain. But go on asking people who stayed with your guru, who worked with your guru. For example, in Sri Ramakrishna Mutt and Ramakrishna Mission, you can go and ask, oh, this Maharaj is President Maharaj. I got initiation from him. So please tell me how. So many people who are 20 years junior to him, 15 years junior to him, they will be able to tell you that how this person was. So know more and more about your guru and then think, oh, this is how Maharaj has progressed in spiritual life, and that will lead you to work. Small incidents, they will be inspiration for you to lead your own life. When you are in position of turmoil, when you are unable to take some decision, that one decision which your guru took in a similar situation will inspire you. Oh, my guru was like this, I also should try to be like this. And that is what we have to do. So suppose you got a guru. Suppose you got a guru who is great. By mostly we get such guru only by the grace of God and also by the grace of the guru. Ahetuka daya sindhu. Because of the limitless and without any reason compassion of guru. Suppose you got such a guru. And then what you will do? That is the question. We don't know what to do. We don't know what to do. Long back when I was in Chennai Mutt, I was a brahmachari, and Swami Ranganathanandaji, who was the president of Ramakrishna Mutt and Mission at that time, it was I think 2000, year 2000, and morning one family had come, and they had come in their car and all that, and they had requested the Maharaj there and also the Secretary Maharaj, and immediately they gave them audience with Ranganathananji. He was not keeping so well, so his health was not so good, but still they went and met Maharaj in the morning. And they were father, mother and their son met. They were Bengali devotees and they met, and Maharaj said, yes, how are you, etc. Maharaj said his own way of speaking. So then they say, Maharaj, আমার ছেলে মাধ্যমিক দেবে, একটু ওকে আশীর্বাদ করো. So they said that my son will appear. This happened in front of me, I saw, appear for the 10th examination. So please bless him. And they did not talk anything after that. Once Maharaj blessed, yes, you will do good, etc. So Maharaj is like that. He is a great person. He blessed. And then they went away. So to take blessing for examination of 10th class, you need the president of Ramakrishna Mutt and Mission. So you may get a guru, but you don't know what to do with that. So that is why in Hindi we have this beautiful proverb, Bandar kya jane? Adrak ka swad. Or in another language there is a proverb, if you make a wonderful garland of flowers and give it to a monkey, what will the monkey do? The monkey will look like this and put the flower like this, that's all. That is what the monkey will do. So we may get a good guru, but what will you see? You will see all these things only. Maharaj ekta ashirwad korun, amar business janno bhalo hoy, amar jivane khub dukh. So somebody comes and tells that in my life there is lot of suffering. So sometimes I also feel, oh, that means this person has got the spiritual yearning, spiritual longing. No, আমার জীবনে খুব দুঃখ, কিছুতেই আমার স্ত্রীর সঙ্গে আমার হচ্ছে না, I'm not able to carry on with my wife. This is your dukkha. This is the dukkha you have understood. And so then finally you will have, then this wife you will leave, you will go for another wife, and nothing will come out of that because you have not understood sansaram eva nissaram. This thing you have not understood, that there is no essence, there is no sara, there is no gist, there is nothing in this world. That you have not understood. So you will just go outside the externals, and you go outside the externals, you will always get dukkha. So even if you get a good guru, what to do with that good guru? People all have iPhone 6, iPhone 5. They don't know anything about that. No features of that phone they know. They have iPhone 6. Dekho amar kache iPhone 6. See, I have iPhone 6. What do you do with that? They don't know. If they want to search some place, they will ask, acha okhane ki kore jabo? Are tomar kache ache, you have got iPhone 6. In that you can put and you can find out. No, they don't know that. But they have this phone. Similarly, even if you get a guru, what to do with that Guru, what questions to ask that Guru, that you should know. People ask, Maharaj, এই যে কাপড়গুলো আপনারা ব্যবহার করেন এটা কি মহারাজ কি করে রং করেন? This is a big question. How do you color this dress? So nice dress, dhoti and kurta all same color. How do you color? This is what seriously they ask this question. Maharaj, and some people they ask, particularly in North India, Maharaj, do you marry? Do you have wives? Wonderful. This is the question they ask. So the question, Maharaj, how do you eat food? What food do you eat? This is the question people ask. So you saw a monk, you saw a sannyasi, and what question do you ask? What you eat, whom you marry, what you wear, because roti, kapda and makan is your problem. So you relate only with that. Whenever you see somebody, you ask only that ahar, nidra, maithun. Only that you can ask. You don't ask why, what is sannyasi or what do you do? Nobody asks. Nobody asks. So they are all, then they will say, oh, you have not married. Such a big mistake you have done. How will your vamsha will continue? You are the only son of your family and you have not married. How will your lineage be continued? So I say, don't worry. Even if my lineage stops, you are there. You will continue for 14, 15 lineages you will create. So much vamsha you will create. Because that is what you are doing. You are constantly doing this. Body, 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 body. So even if you find a guru, what to ask, how to approach that guru, how to do seva of that guru. So people don't do seva, they do only torture. Somebody went and she is doing pranam to Holy Mother and putting her head on that, like that bang, and mother is feeling the pain. Said, now you will remember me. You will remember me. So that is what people do. They don't know. Even if you get, we say, oh, I did not get the company of Guru. That you are not fit. That is why you did not get. Even if you could get the company of the Guru, what would you do? What would you do? We see, diya tale andhera, they say in Hindi. So below lamp, some particular circle like that, there will be darkness. So you see, generally people who are near great people, they are totally opposite. They don't understand the greatness of that person. Why? Because they say, oh, I know Maharaj eats and he drinks and all that. Drinks means water only. Don't get any ideas. So, so that this Maharaj is there and he takes bath and all that. So we know. We see Maharaj. What do you see? You see only the external. So even if you get a guru, how to approach? So that is what here it is being told. Tam aradhya gurum, tam gurum aradhya bhaktya. You have to aradhya, worship that guru with devotion, bhaktya, not just meaningless, ritualistic, shopkeeping devotion. I am giving you this banana, so give me so much of money. Not like that. Tam gurum aradhya bhaktya aradhya prahva prashraya sevanaihi. And you sevanaihi. And you approach that person, and when that person and you approach that person and serve that person. Serve that person. And with humility. And what do you do? Prasannam. First you serve that person, approach that person, then when that person is prasannam, pleased with your service, then tam anuprapya. You approach that person. Tam anuprapya. Go near that person and prichet jnatavyam atmanah. And that disciple should jnatavyam prichet. Should ask what that disciple jnatavyam wants to know. What does one want to know in spiritual life? About your own self. You should know. You should know. So you should also know what kind of questions to ask. You should also know how to serve a guru. So guru should not be served according to what you think is good for the guru, but what is actually good for the guru. So because you like some food, you offer it to God and eat it. Not like that. whether God needs that. Similarly, whether Guru needs that. I have people invite some Gurus to their houses. So there are different types of Guru. You see, this in Eastern India there is this concept of Kula Guru. Or even in Northern India there is this concept. So Pandit ji hamare ghar aiye. Okay. And they feed all kinds of things. And the next 2 days this Pandit ji's pet is, so stomach is gone. Why? Because I have cooked, so you have eat stuff, the Pandit ji with all the food. So like that. No, that is not how you have to serve the Guru. You have to serve the Guru, and what that Guru needs, that you have to give. Swamiji once he was speaking, talking, and two people were arguing on the intricate matters of philosophy in a railway station. Okay. And Swamiji is going on speaking. And this Pandit says, no, it is not like this, no, like this. And there a cobbler came, a person who mends shoes, and he offered food to Swamiji, water to Swamiji. Then Swamiji was so pleased. He took that water and drank, and then these people got upset. Both are Brahmins. They got upset. What, Swamiji? You are a sannyasi? How could you take food from this cobbler? Then Swamiji said, aren't you ashamed? You are talking to me for hours together, and you did not even ask me whether I need water, whether I need food. And here is a person who does not have any knowledge what you are talking about, all this rubbish knowledge. But he has that compassion. He has the heart. So that is how you have to serve a Guru. Not simply like, Maharaj, please come and please talk. You keep on talking and afterwards we will not even bother. So you are invited to some place, you keep on talking, then you have to like stand like that. Who will take me back to the ashrama? Then everybody is forgotten you. Then they will like, Then they will call, hello, Maharaj, ektu dadan driver asche. So when your job is over, you have left. It happens all the time. Why? Because you are not concerned about the welfare of the Guru. So not like that. Prahva prashraya sevanai. You, with humility and service, you serve the person with humility, and then ask. In Gita it is there, pariprashnena sevaya. Pariprashnena sevaya. How you should approach the great people. Pariprashnena sevaya. Not only just by service, but also by question. Proper question. Not stupid questions. Useless questions. Then upadekshanti te jnanam. Jnaninaha tattvadarshinaha. So once you approach them like that, then those people, those who approach, are given the knowledge. Jnaninaha tattvadarshinaha. Those people who have understood the truth, who have seen the truth, come face to face with truth. Swamiji says, Rishi means who? Mantra drashta means one who has seen truth face to face. So this is what. So we should also know how to approach the Guru. Then Jnatavyam Atmanah. Then you will Jnatavya, whatever is needed to be known, you will know. Swamin namaste nataloka bandho karunya sindho patitam bhavabdav mam uddaratmiya kataksha drishtya rijvyati karunya sudhabhi vrishtya. Shankaracharya is known to be poetic, and in Vivek Chudamani there are various types of chanda he uses. Chanda means meter. That means in one line how many matras will be there, in second line how many matras will be there, etc. So here he uses various kinds of chandas. So now he is telling how one should approach. So Jnatavyam Atmanah, you should ask what is supposed to be asked or what you need to know. How will you approach? How will you ask? That he is giving an example. Swamin namaste nataloka bandho. O Swami, Swami means oh my master. Namaste, I bow down to you. Nataloka, nata, I actually bow down to you. Nata means I natamastaka. I bow down, I put down my head in front of you. Sar jhukhakar, I bow down my head. Loka bandho, you are who? You are the friend of all the people who bow down your head, bow down their head in front of you. Nataloka bandho, those people who come to you and bow down their head in front of you, you are the friend of those people. Means you accept, you take into refuge people who come to your refuge or who seek your refuge. Karunya Sindho, you are Sindhu or ocean of mercy. And Patitam Bhavabdau Mam Uddaratmiya means I am Patitam in Bhavabdau. What is Bhavabdau? Bhava means to be born. That means this ocean. Abdi means this ocean. Sea of Bhava means birth and death. Birth and death. Bhava Sagara. So Patitam, I have fallen into this ocean. So Mam Uddharatmiya, you please save me. Save me. Uddhara, please save me. So it's crying. Somebody is sinking, drowning. And what do? You beat your hands if you don't know swimming, that is. So you beat your hands and you cry, bachao, 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 like that. So now you cry to the Guru. Swamin namaste nataloka bandho karunya sindho patitam bhavabdhav mamuddharatmiya kataksha drishtya. And how will you save me? Kataksha drishtya, by your fleeting glance, just from a corner. Kata aksha, aksha means eyes, and kata means one glance, jhalak, just seeing like that of your eye, drishtya. So one vision of your eye, which is not even complete vision, just one drop of your mercy. That means you are so powerful that you don't need to put lot of time to me. As in work we say, तुम्हारे लिए बाएं हाथ का खेल है. That is nothing. If you just come and see for 5 minutes, this work you can finish. Why? That means your capacity is so much that it is nothing. So kataksha drishtya, just look at me, and just for one second, and kata aksha, and that what kind of kata aksha? Riju means straight. So that drishti is straightforward. Means you don't have any kapata, you don't have any blemish, you don't have any hidden agenda, you don't have any, in Bengali we say matlab. Kono matlab nahi, means you don't have any hidden agenda, you don't have anything to gain. So riju kataksha drishtya, straightforward glance of your eyes. Ati karunya sudha abhivrishtya. So sudha means what? Amrita. So sudha means nectar. So this nectar of ati karunya, great supreme grace, great grace. So abhivrishtya, by the shower or the throwing, abhivrishti. Vrishti means rain. So the raining or showering of the great grace or infinite compassion, infinite mercy. So Swami, this is how you should approach a Guru. What do you go to the Guru and say? First you do service, and then after by doing service, when the Guru is pleased, then you ask the Guru this. Swamin namaste nataloka bandho karunya sindho patitam bhavabdau mam uddaratmiyat kataksha drishtya rijvyati karunya sudhabi vrishtya. So you, because I have fallen inside this ocean of birth and death, you please save me. So first you have to have this idea that you have fallen. First you have to have this idea that you have fallen, that you are bound in this ocean of birth and death, and then you say that please save me, please save me. When you will cry like this, then Guru will have affection, and he or she will protect you from or rescue you from this sea of birth and death. Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Tat Sat.